This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. Persian! Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
It'd be nice if I added myself on screen. What's going on, everybody? Hail the chat. Good to see you guys tonight. Thank you for stopping through. Please smash the like button and share out the link. Real quick, I want to say hi to the chat because you guys are the reason that we're here. We do what we do. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't, we'd just be talking to ourselves. Greatly appreciate everybody out there in the chat. Mr. Tickle Trump, what's going on, brother? He hasn't been confirmed that Ezra attacked the same woman he did last time he was arrested. I don't think so. He chooses different targets. I don't know. He's a real them. He's a real them. And he makes days look good. Mark with a K is here. What's up, man? I'm early 2 hours. Oh, thank you for stopping through. I hope that you came back. Quick saying, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Pope Metallica's hail, brother. Yep, nerds are here. Gap Stargates out there. Hit that like button in the same way you share the stream. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Gap, for being here and checking and making sure everything runs smooth. Chaos Hoy, hail, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat, my man. Look, there's DJ Odyssey. What's up, DJ? How you doing, brother? Howdy, I'm not rising anywhere, but I have come to ask Steven one important question. If when he sees I'm here, well, I'm here. What's going on, brother? What you need? Master TDS, what's going on? The great channel in the community. A lot of great channels here. DJ Odyssey, please subscribe to him. Share the link. Please, mods, if you better share the link for DJ Odyssey. Master of TDS, Writing Revan. Good crew out there. Good pair of people. Love having them. I love having them in this community. This fellowship that we have put together of growth, promoting one another, looking out for independent creators, standing up for our right to have our own opinion, to speak our minds. One of the most positive forces to come into this community has been Master of TDS. Guys, please share out a link for his channel. With no further ado, I'm going to introduce my panel. With me tonight is, of course, the Fulfillment King, Vinny Tartamello. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. How we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, dude. How are you?
Excited and exhausted all at the same time. The book is done. It's sent to the printers. I am awaiting sample copies. And, I've been juggling a few other things in the meantime. It's a beautiful thing. So fingers crossed everything is going to be printing okay, because I don't want to have to go back and get yet another print. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to jump the gun on that. But yeah, no, things are looking damn good, and fulfillment's going to be happening before you know it. So hell yeah, I'm very, very excited.
That's awesome, dude, man. I mean, there are always those little problems that creep up whenever you go to print. It always happens. I mean, even with when I'm writing novels, it's always an issue, man. It's just the little things you got to get over. But I can't wait. Can't wait for you to.
I think they do it so that they could milk that little bit of extra out of you for another. Oh, another proof. Is another proof. You sons of bitches.
And what? Let's see. What number? What campaign? How many campaigns will this be that you'll be fulfilling now?
This is going to be the 6th one.
The 6th campaign, and how long?
Yes.
2 years. How many years? 2 years.
We're coming on 3. I think
3 years.
3 now.
3 years, dude. Guys, that's beautiful. Guys, back Shadow of the Kracken. It's coming. It's coming to you. With no further ado, the newest member of the Rogue team, my man, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. What's up, brother? You're muted. It's okay. You got a boomerang.
I did. Look, I didn't get far. Look, I had said like 5 words. But what's up, Steven? What's up, Vinny? How you guys doing? Nice to see you both here on this Nick. Wednesday evening. There, I said everything that I boomered, so I didn't get far. So it works out.
At least you knew what day it was. Shit,
yeah,
I didn't know what day. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, everyone.
Woo! It's Wednesday evening to be. Well, if you're on American time, I'm on the Central. I'm assuming Steven's on the Eastern. You're on Eastern. Vinny, are you on Pacific? What are you on?
No. I'm in the same state as Walton. We're dangling off the end.
We're like 3 hours away. I'm
off the end.
I'm gonna surprise visit him one day. He's only like 3 hours away from me.
Oh yeah, surprise visit him.
Yeah,
it's very romantic.
I don't like it. Man, love isn't gay, Vinny.
I guess you'll be the shadow of his Kraken.
I won't let him in. We'll go somewhere else.
He probably wouldn't even answer.
Behind the tree over there.
Hail Soul Assassin, thank you for stopping through. Hail to you, yes. Happy 420.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we'll sprayed his whole setup.
It would have been worth it, to be fair. If that whiskey would have gone, it would have been worth it, Vinny. So if anything, pat yourself on the back for that.
That was honestly tough. He says, will you show up Saturday night for my birthday stream? Starts 8 p.m. Eastern, runs how long. All right, so I got Rogue Entertainment at 6. They usually run till 8. I'll stop through your stream for about a half hour, 40 minutes, and then I'm actually going to be a surprise guest on a channel you ain't going to ever expect me to be on at 9 o'clock. I don't want to say it, so I'll tweet it out right before I go on. It's going to be the things I do for interviews. Hail to y'all. Brutal Morning with us here. What's going on, Brutal Morning? Good to see you, my man. Since I have a wrench now, I can drop my wife. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Drop links. Drop links for you and the wife, man. Drop whatever you want to drop. Just make sure to take care of the people up on the panel for us. Share out links for Shadow of the Kracken, Vinny's channel, and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Thank you guys so much. Ask Vinny. Vinny's can't stay that long. I said, what do you want to talk about? He said Amber Turd. So I guess we're going to talk about it.
I mean, like, I don't have a specific time, but I mean, yeah, it's. I can't say the whole show is that's all I'm saying.
No, I hear you, man. You're busy. You're about to fulfill the 6th campaign, my brother.
Yeah, man.
That is incredible, dude.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
unlike some of that Johnny Depp shit. I was listening to some of it in the background today. Holy crap, that was like pulling teeth.
Vinny, I mean, that stuff. I've watched quite a bit of that earlier, and bro, I felt that shit in so many ways. I felt that shit. I was like, damn, I didn't think I honestly was gonna feel it just because Johnny, he's this like high level celebrity. He's got this whole different lifestyle compared to us. So you don't think you're gonna relate to a guy like that. And I'm not saying that in any disrespect. I'm just saying, we lead such different lifestyles. You don't think you're gonna connect with him in any way, but then you hear a story and he goes and he goes and he goes. And it's not like where it's going like, oh God, stop it. So it's like, okay, you need to keep going because you're clearly onto something here. As he goes, you start to feel the hurt, like, oh fuck, that cut a few wounds. Oh, I felt that one. That one hurt more than the other one. Yeah.
Well, I remember when this stuff was happening. It's before any big channels were covering it. And yeah, because I made a joke in a couple of streams about that stuff, but she shit the bed. And most of the people like in my chat, they had no idea what the hell I was talking about. I'm like, no, literally, I had to pull up the article. I'm like, yeah, this woman defecated in their bed. She severed his finger. She's beating him up. But they're both nut jobs anyway, and that guy's like so far leaning left on top of it. He said horrible things to our former president. Like again, Hollywood's Hollywood, right? And from what I heard, right from the day that they got married, they were beyond in trouble. Like there was the stupidest thing either one of them could have done. But you could also see how sick and weird they are on top of it. Like you were saying, Nick, they live completely different lifestyles. When they're sitting there talking about taking Molly and ecstasy at the wedding, like out in the open with everyone, you know, like who does that? What the? None of that shit makes sense to me.
Here's the thing, Vinny, and I have to mention this, and I do agree once again with the lifestyles, but the problem is that this case was clearly used in the mainstream media as a way to make an example of Depp, because when you had the whole Time's Up, Me Too, Believe All Women, all the buzzwords, the hashtags going around, they needed someone they can make an example of. Just say, hey, listen, we need someone who we can say this is the poster boy for who we're gonna make this target. And they picked, this is honestly, if you think about it, he's the perfect guy to pick out of the bunch. Like, and they're saying, okay, listen, we're going to show you that we don't need evidence. You can just take our word for it. And when we say someone's bad, they're bad. And they use it, and they didn't expect the pushback that they got from it. And here's the issue. This case is far more than just celebrities. And we all have our opinions. And I'm sure Vinny has 100% valid complaints on both Johnny and Amber. But however, the problem is, despite how we feel about these two, how this stuff reflects in the courtrooms and the world of celebrity, that stuff carries on into the smaller common man like you and I. Because that stuff, seriously, it becomes a downstream. The trickle effects carry onwards. And for another, hey, listen, if we could do it to this guy, we can do this to any man we want. And that's how you do it. You go for one of the guys who's on top of the world. Johnny Depp was at a pretty high point in his career. That was the right time to kick him. When saying, listen, we went for a guy at the top, and we're gonna make an example of him. That's the perfect way to go about it. If we can get him, we can get anyone we want. And he's almost like it's like rooting for your enemy in a way. You gotta root for him to win just so your ass is saved, or people who you know could be saved from this. And it's not just men who could be safe from this shit. Even women too. There are women like who could be, physically abused, and there could be some guy who just maybe knows more people than her, and they might take his word for it just because he knows more people and has more reach. We need this case to show that evidence matters, it matters, and that you can't just say believe whoever just because they have the power in their hands.
No, that's exactly right. And again, this whole thing, you can tell it's other shit too, why they're even televising this and all that, because it distracts from everything else that's going on right now in the country. So that's where they use these kind of things, and this salacious shit, airing out dirty laundry, this the drama nonsense of it all. It's like the whole thing is absolutely retarded. It's domestic disputes, and they both did stupid shit. But she clearly is a major aggressor. You could see throughout.
The antagonizer.
Oh my God, yeah, burning him in the face with a cigarette lighter. What? These people are insane. But again, when you're high off your ass 24/7 and you don't know what the hell you did the day before or a couple of days earlier, I mean, and then they're sitting there when they analyze this shit, when they get to like the news reporters, like, oh my God, she was so stoic. And what are you talking about? She was stoic. She's sitting there because it's not her turn yet because she's not making faces. Wow, that's stoic, dude. They're all fucking crazy, every last one of them. But
everyone's being judged. I mean, we're watching this courtroom and every single thing is being judged, especially people are very, very tense bias regarding the issue.
It's still an expensive production. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Terry Rose in the chat. Hail Terry, thank you for stopping through. Frankie Nose is here. What's up, Frankie?
What up, Frank?
Good to see you. Soul Assassin, hail brother. He says, y'all hear Jada might divorce Will now? Well,
good.
C'est la vie. I mean, I think they'd both be happier, and she'll be able to move on to another victim.
There's no happy with either one of them. Are you kidding me?
There is no.
Yeah, Will's got to go back to the hood. He's got to be like, take all the money away from celebrities, give it to charities, and then see how these celebrities act and what they think. How about that? We should have some role reversals in the United States right now. When everyone yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, you're onto something there with the role reversals, because that's the thing. That's why Hollywood and the mainstream, they need Amber to win, because they can't fathom the idea of a man being the one who's a victim. They pushed this thing so hard that Amber was the one, and you know what? Here's the thing: it got many people to believe it. And before you know it, like, she was the one who kept her big roles. He lost his major roles, and that effect worked, man. It freaking worked.
It's funny that you say that too, because I covered it a little bit as well on one of my streams, where there's so many problems that happen on Aquaman and Aquaman 2. She literally was attacking Jason Momoa on set.
I heard about that.
Yeah, she threw something in his face. Yeah, like another drink or something, or a bottle at him as well. And they said the entire crew cannot stand her. That's why they were all signing the petition to get rid of her. But apparently, I don't know, allegedly, she was probably blowing the producer, because the guy wouldn't get rid of her. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many signatures it got. They weren't going to get rid of her because of that producer. But it's funny,
they can't. They've already invested so much into her. It would make them like look bad, like, oh crap. Now they're in a corner. And what I said earlier, and I'm sorry to cut this in half, Vinny, but here's the thing: I almost don't want them to now fire her. The thing is, they chose this position. Let them die with it. Let them fucking die with this position.
Yeah. Well, I could care less about that movie. I don't all that shit.
Well, I don't either. I'm just Warburg chose this position. They may as well die with their decision.
It did so many years. They had to back up the whole Me Too narrative. I mean, and like they got the big fish. I forget who was talking about this like a month ago. They got all the big fish, and then they started going after the crumbs, and now they have nothing left.
Well, hold on. We'll see. I was going to bring that up as well, because that whole thing, the Me Too movement, like, it fell apart completely. Like, they got so many people at first, and then it went to shit. Why did it go to shit? Well, the head of that movement was someone who was doing very bad things with minors and things like that as well. So it's like your movement has been tainted from day one. So it just shows that it's all bullshit. From top to bottom, it's all nonsense. It was just who we could cancel. It was an experiment on how to cancel people. Because when they went from that, then they went into social media. Then they went into everything that's happening now. The Alex Joneses, all these other people that if you have a voice, we're going to strip it from you because we have the power to do it. They use Me Too as the first stepping stone into that. Straight up.
No, you're right. No, you're right. And Johnny Depp he's a white, he's a man, or he looks white. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but he's a man and he's old and he looks white, and he's a perfect thing to go for. He's a perfect poster boy for what they want to go for. And since they like to, we went from the enemy being the man to the white man. He was a great target to go for. And with Johnny's case, like, they can't fathom this idea. Like, imagine how much you're going to have to backtrack. Here's the thing, though, because you and I know that the sketchy things that people from like BLM or the Me Too movements, we know sketchy things are done. But a lot of normies still don't know those things. However, a lot of normies know about this case. You want the normies' attention. For Depp to win this case would be a huge turn in the tide. Should Depp win, he needs to win, because that is what is actually going to turn the ship. Because Warner, Hollywood, all of them, they don't want that. They don't want Amber to lose, because they do that. That's going to get people to pay a lot more attention. Like, holy crap, we're lied to. It's also going to drive a lot more people fucking and batshit insane, because there are going to be people who defend these lies to a point where they're going to be mad when they all. I'll get it's like, bro, you should be mad that you were lied to. Why are you mad that you're, instead of like, now you're saying the truth and you're getting mad about the lie? Like, you should be happy you're finally getting the truth. And that's what happens when people don't pay attention the way they do. Yeah, we do have a bit of a tunnel vision, but at least we're trying to see everything through the eye of a magnifying glass rather than not pay attention at all, because that's how all these cases happen. They think, oh, well, the news told me that Kyle Rittenhouse he's going to go to jail. But then all of a sudden the next day, he's he's innocent. They're all like, what? It's just like, well, if you actually watch the trial, you'll see that this is happening. And that's and I know you mentioned the whole like trial being broadcasted to distract, and there's validity to that, but it's also good that there is also this being broadcasted, because in my opinion, any big trial should be broadcasted live without delay, so we can see what these cases like. Word for word without any editing going on, because I want to see how dirty these people get. Like, remember when the Rittenhouse thing happened? No one reacted to that doctored evidence, and that was a problem, because people should be like, what the fuck is this? And when you see them not reacting, it tells me that they've seen that before. Like, it's part of the game. Not to veer too far off the rail, but it shows you how fucked the legal system is.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said with that, right? Because it's the media that's spinning these lies on top of it as well. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing, like you said, how many channels were calling that kid a white supremacist, and they were putting out wrong information. And while the trial's going on, they clarify what he had done, why he was there, all that stuff, and these other media outlets were still spinning it. They did the same thing with DeSantis's bill. They kept calling it the don't say gay bill.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with that.
Don't say gay bill.
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with it. But to this day, ABC is still saying that. I saw George Snuffleupagus and all these other stupid, horrible, news anchors doing the same thing when they know for a fact the real name to the bill, and they will not say the real name, because then people will be, oh wait, what is that?
Well, this is the thing.
It's lying.
They lie to people. Absolutely, they're trying to press a narrative on it, and then they just keep pushing it and pushing it. Like the damage has already been done, right, to Johnny Depp's career. No matter what you think of him, the damage has already been done. The public perception, that damage is, even if he's proven innocent, which he needs to be, really, because she's a horrible person. And we're going to go through some of the things that happened that were released in the case today. But that women can be the aggressor. Women can be the liars. They can drive you to the point of madness. It's not just dudes.
They definitely
and men have been.
I think we lost Steven
in the past. The pendulum. Did you lose me?
You froze and then you sped up when you came back.
Yeah, you were.
It's this Florida internet, yo. The damage has been done, and the public perception is always going to be there for what it is. Even if Depp.
There he goes again.
And he does need to win, because the pendulum has swung. The pendulum swung from women not getting justice to equality again to someone to the other side, which is something that we've seen a lot of in the last 20 years. We go to kind of like where people that justice is actually being done, and then you have others that are now being oppressed even further, like you said about he's a white man, he's the man, that's the enemy. When it should be a level playing field, right? And this case,
he's got some Indian blood, so they're being racist towards him.
You think? I believe that it's very important to defy that narrative that's been pressed in the media by and over and over and over again about her being this victim. She's not. It takes a crazy bitch to cut your finger off, take a turd in your bed. Craziness.
Burn your face.
Burn your face, right?
Stick a door into your head when you bend over to check on and see if she hurt herself.
My words are not tearing you down enough. I'm going to burn you now. Yeah, put a cigarette on his face, brother. Yep, that's what happened. Yep. Deep says she got all pissed because he took off his own boots. That's nuts. I mean, TDS says that Amber has some serious issues, and I'm not just saying that as a therapist, but since I am a therapist, you can't argue with me. We'll trust you, TDS. Thanks, brother. Thank you guys so much for being here. What's up, Rogue Disney? Hail to you. Thank you for stopping through. Angelus. Hail, dude. Gonna have him on this Friday night for Friday night.
Boy, that Florida internet's really getting them good tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that Florida internet's just like being Florida man on him.
That's terrible.
No es bueno.
All right. Can I even try to read the article? Let's find out.
I could try. I actually can read. I'm capable. So.
Well, here you go, brother.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna be the disclaimer guy. Content.
You read for me.
The story discusses sexual assault and abuse. Okay. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are ready for a battle in the courtroom. More than 5 years after the breakup, Depp's $50 million defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife is taking center stage in a Virginia courtroom. In opening statements shared on April the 12th, Depp's lawyers argue that Heard ruined the actor's reputation by choosing to lie about him for her own personal benefit, which is true. Back in 2018, Heard wrote an essay for the Washington Post propaganda network in which she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Although the article never mentioned Depp by name, his attorneys previously said in court documents that Heard's op-ed or oped, whatever that is was all part of an elaborate hoax. The Pirates of the Caribbean star also claimed in court documents that Heard concocted her story in the hopes of generating positive publicity and to advance her career. Days before the trial began, Heard made a rare statement on Instagram announcing a break from social media. Johnny is suing me for I wrote in the Washington Post in which I recounted my experience of violence and domestic abuse. She wrote on April 9th. I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power. I continue to pay that price, but hopefully when this case concludes, I can move on, and so can Johnny. As the trial concludes and is broadcast live on TV, E! News is keeping track of the biggest revelations from both sides. Bullshit. Keep reading to get the latest news before jury reaches a verdict. No, seriously, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Where the fuck are they to say that they came in real life revelations from both sides? When this shit came out, all these networks that are gonna backtrack in case Johnny wins, they're gonna all act like they were nice to him the entire time.
Mhm.
When that entire thing happened, they're all one-sided. 100%. Did any of them say, hey, no, let's wait for us to play, or hey, this is what the accusation is, but we have yet to see it play? It was, oh no, she's great, he's bad, end of story. Oh, what? He's suing? That can't be. How dare he?
Yeah. Dude, hasn't this been elderly abuse for their entire relationship? Because isn't he like 60 now or something? And
he's 50, he's like 58 or 59, and
you should be
I
tapping
listen to him speak, he sounds like he's 70 or 80, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He sounds older than he looks.
Mm-hmm. Again, he says it's pot every day. That's not good. I'm telling you.
Bro, I drugs are bad, kids, and maybe Johnny learned. I'm not gonna say he's a changed man. I'm just saying maybe he may have learned a lesson in life. I don't know. We'll see how his life plays out after this thing. That will be interesting to see.
Uh-huh.
And if he actually seems different after court for more than 5 years, maybe he will have changed. But that is also give or take if he lives too, because, well, as we said earlier, he sounds like he's 80, and I'm sure his body is very decrepit feeling on him.
Yeah. Oh, he looked horrible. He looked like a sack of lumpy potatoes. Like he was way fatter than I thought he'd be as well.
You think at least you could, at least if he was dating Amber, you could say, oh, it's that relationship comfort. But nope.
Oh,
He's separated from Amber, so it's not relationship comfort, because that was the opposite of comfort. Instead, he's living with this whole spiel, a whole slander story. Does he get to do a Rittenhouse and sue the media for defamation too? And let's just, in case he wins, does he get to do the same thing as Rittenhouse? Because he has obviously far more money on him and at a higher level than we lost Walton. So I guess the show was ours for a few minutes. But if he were to win, would you find it cool if he did sue back for defamation against all the media outlets? I would find that actually cool if he did.
It would be cool, but I don't think he would, to be honest.
No,
it'd be really hilarious if he changes his tune completely and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna join with Rittenhouse and we're gonna go after the media."
Okay, now if that happened, I'd be like, okay, Johnny, you legitimately changed. like legitimately, because maybe people always talk about changing, but most of them actually don't. It's really usually just talk. It's more of they just hide who they are on the inside better. And if Johnny actually did change, I would respect that. I mean, I've yet to see, and that's why I'm gonna say, let me see how this plays out, and then I will judge him going forward. But obviously, right now, even then, that's still a premature story because we're only in day 7 or 6 of this case,
something like that. Yeah, they said this could go up to like 6 or 7 weeks.
Oh, honestly, it's going to go a while.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I guess there's been just a whole lot of stories of her abusing the shit out of him. Dude, he got fucking MRSA in his finger. He got the flesh-eating bacteria.
I actually know what that's like. I've had MRSA before, and oddly enough, I had it, and not to get too revealing to the chat, but I had it from an abusive ex-girlfriend. So that rang so close to home for me. I'm like,
if you say that her name was Amber, I'm just
her name was not Amber, thankfully. No, Vinny, thankfully her name was not Amber. No,
it started with an A.
She was physically dangerous. If she had a moment to toss glass at you, she would. That's how dangerous she was. And and
I'm glad you're safe, brother. You're in a safe zone now.
Oh, I'm in a great zone now. I've been with a girlfriend who's much better for me, and the children are in a good home, and we've had a good life here. And now we live in a town that takes place in the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, so it's a good life here.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
It's good life. So, bro, oh god, but for real though, like when he mentioned like the MRSA and I'm like, oh, why did this all have to happen? And you thought you were prepared for the cut finger. I don't know about you if you caught that part, but when that happened, I was like, okay, I got this, I'm ready. And then I'm like, fuck.
You're
so
nasty. Oh shit. Yeah, dude, it's insane, man. But yeah, real quick, let's say hello to a soul assassin out there. We had I think Tina's in the house as well. What's up, Tina?
We
got great people here. Walton's probably rebooting or something and turning into a beautiful butterfly. I don't know. His window was open and he's like, oh, there's a tree. He got horny.
You got horny. Oh my god.
So I'm doing it for Tommy. Tommy's not here right now. So.
All right,
here we give him the tree jokes.
You filmed the tree gaps. I guess I'll introduce the Brahma Bull. I know the Brahma Bull. He's a great guy.
Oh,
He's been part of the Yelling at Parked Cars Dick's Division crew. Great
Excellent.
guy. He just hit 100 subs too. Very new up and coming channel, and he's making the waves, man. He's got a voice. He knows what to say in conversation, and he's got great takes on things.
I shared with him a few times already with Drew and on E-Tips as well. Yeah, Brahma, dude, hit me up too if you ever want to pop in on either one of my Friday streams or a Sunday stream. Just hit me up on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah, he's always cool, man. He's very much like us doing that kind of train of thought.
Mr. Tickle Truck says Walton is having a quick wank. And Tina says she knows that town. Yeah, I know Tina knows that town because Tina and I live in the same state. So
oh wow,
I know she knows. So I thought that's all I can say with that.
Excellent.
Yeah. I see Keely Chow. How you doing, Keely Chow?
What's up, Keely?
My phone's more reliable than my router. My phone is more reliable than my router. Sorry, guys.
Isn't that how?
What did I miss?
We're just talking about the Johnny Depp situation, how nasty it got in more ways than one, and how it was very relatable. And the part where it got really relatable. So, and then saying hi to all those in the chat.
That's it. Yeah. And then we said you took a tree break.
No, I'm good. What's up, Tina? Good to see you. Brahma Bull, good to see you, man.
What up, man?
All right. Well,
and a hail to Lasso of Truth, because to Trina,
right? Yeah,
Trina and her family.
Absolutely. Hope you're doing well. Sending great thoughts out there.
Yeah,
to you and your family.
Yeah. They're not TDS. My internet sucks today.
Tickle Truck asks, "How was it?"
All right. Any final thoughts on the trial before we move on?
Yeah, I heard that someone else is doing the big story about it. It's me, Harrison.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you go to Harrison 420, it's 420 today. 420 slash Kathleen Kennedy's a whore and has shit breath over on Reddit. That's my blog. We're covering the juicy topics of the trial, and yeah, we're talking about the severed finger. We have a photo of it. In fact, Johnny sent it to me in a jar. Yeah, it's got MRSA all over it, but it still smells better than Kathleen Kennedy's breath, and way better than her ideas. Yeah, it's a rotting flesh smells better than Kathleen Kennedy's breath. That's a direct quote from your Harrison Ford. Yeah, we're gonna have more juicy topics and things like that. Remember, the scoop is great, and I have it because I'm a celebrity. Peasants.
Thank you, Harrison. Thank you very much for that.
Boycott
Kelly Shasta, Walton Internet
Indianapolis
is doing
7
an
and
impression
8.
of the Eagles.
What was that?
Impression of the Eagles when they play the Cowboys. Well, thanks, Keely. Appreciate you. Mr. Tickle Trunk. Isn't Johnny Depp friends with a famous comedian? They were whispering about abuse for a while. I'm not sure. Johnny's friends with a lot of people. I'm not sure who his social circle is.
We know that Elon Musk is in Amber's inner circle.
I know
James Franco as well.
Johnny's was Marilyn Manson, and we all know Marilyn Manson's got a situation going on that apparently he's about to fight back with as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
the chick from Westworld.
Yeah. So Marilyn Manson's got a case he's gonna be filing against Hulu. So I was just like, so I do know Depp and Manson were super buddy. I do know that is like cold hard facts of life.
Well, that's not good either because Manson is he's the guy. Yeah, I won't get into it, but I know that guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think they might all be. I know that the actress that's accusing him of stuff, she said some pretty whack shit in the past too. But
oh yeah,
I mean, you know, they're all woke. They're all woke in that echo chamber.
Well,
just like Ezra Miller.
I don't know if Marilyn Manson was woke. I know he's, and maybe you could say he's an asshole, but I don't know if he was woke. I mean, we do got to remember that there is a distinction here. I do think he was just been, historically speaking, an asshole because when there was a whole Columbine thing happen way back he definitely had one of the more articulated arguments about the shooting compared to most people who reacted very emotionally. And that I know maybe wouldn't believe that, but and I'm saying that just because if you actually look into his thoughts on it, most people went way over crazy about, but Marilyn Manson was a lot more. He definitely had a lot more insightful stuff to say about it compared to most, and that's something that is hugely missing in the world today. And many wouldn't think that coming from a guy like him, but he's not stupid. Like I said, he can be an asshole, but he's not stupid.
Yeah.
Trust me, the man's got his smarts, and he's definitely had some very closeted grudges against certain leftists. We'll just say that.
Yeah, that's good to know. But yeah, we know he's also a super fucking creeping into some really bizarre shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. Too. That's probably true too.
Nick, my internet's fluctuating. Would you read for us tonight?
Sure.
Can you read this article for me?
I can.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, bring it down.
So yeah, here we go. Here you go.
Okay. All right. Ezra Miller, known for playing Not the Flash, was arrested Tuesday in Hawaii after allegedly throwing a chair at a woman, leaving her with the gash to her forehead. Fucking shit, man. It's the latest in a string of negative headlines involving the star. And it came on the same day that Miller appeared via Zoom in a high-low courtroom to plead no contest to a disorderly conduct charge, which stemmed from an incident at a karaoke bar last month. In the assault case, Hawaii Island police said Miller was taken into custody about 1:30 a.m. Tuesday for a second-degree assault. Police said Miller allegedly became irate when asked to leave an acquaintance's home and threw a chair at a woman. The 26-year-old victim reported a half-inch cut to her forehead. Motherfucker. Miller was arrested following a traffic stop at the intersection of Highway 130 and Kakula Street. Police said the star was subsequently released pending further investigation. And that's, once again, there was never white privilege. It was never Asian privilege. It was never black privilege. It was never Hispanic privilege. It's a class privilege. If you're the elites, the wealthy, you got your part where you don't have to worry about if you do this shit and you continue to repeat the process and get off on it the way Ezra Miller and Amber Heard does.
Yep.
That is another reason, brings it back to the previous story, why Johnny needs to win, because these people need to show them that they're not so untouchable, because they're living under this class privilege that they fit right under either the elite of the rich, the elite, or if they fit the LGBT boxes, or if they're not white and not a man, or if you're basically everything but a straight white male. We'll just say it. Just cut straight to the bullshit. Straight, if you're everything that's not straight white male, except if you're super filthy rich, you have an issue here. And that is right now the people who are living the life of privilege.
Of course. Hey, look, we have Alec Baldwin. He's a murderer. He is a straight up murderer. They're letting him walk because it sounds like he was probably promised that he'd get off or something. Don't forget, that woman was making a documentary on very bad people, the kiddie stuff that was attached to the Clintons. So I'm sure that this guy was paid off, or they said, yeah, we're going to make sure everything's going to be all right. If you don't comply, we'll probably take out your kids. He's got like 6 or 7 kids or something. Who knows? Who knows what's really going on? Because that whole situation makes zero sense. His weird video he made in the car with the Splendid packet, and it's like, it's all about this. A Splendid packet with a smiley face on it. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? And we're going to catch the killer. Yeah, you're the killer. You had the gun in your hand. There was witnesses. Why isn't this guy locked up? There's a kid out there who has no mother now. Her husband's a widow. That guy's trying to sue, and they're trying to cover up this shit more and more. Why? Why are they protecting these people?
Yeah, why are they trying to protect these people?
It's not just rich. It's something else. This is something very sick is going on.
Yeah, there is clearly something sick because these people are all doing it and they're all getting away with it. There's no consequence for it. And yet, people, this is the problem when I tell people, stop watching what people say, watch what they do. Because you could say there's like a privilege on race, but if you look at the privilege of what's actually playing out, watch what they do. You'll see it's playing out by class. And I'll bring this now to football. If it was Colin Kaepernick being kicked out of football because he was per se black, then why did Michael Vick get let back in immediately? Remember that with the whole dogfighting?
Right.
And he's obviously he's a black man. He got let back in. And guess what? He's a better player than Kaepernick. Kaepernick just happened to suck. So Vic had that going for him. Vic had his actual privilege amongst the elite. Kaepernick didn't get kicked out of football because he was black. He got kicked out because he was not good, and Vic was amongst one of them. He could still play with the elites and still be on their sides. That is the difference.
So what I heard was Kaepernick sucked George Soros's dick.
Probably did. A lot. Probably got the fucking facial all over him, too. That senior citizen facial.
Senior citizen facial. Oh, shit. He's like, I'm going to give you a milk mustache.
Tommy to get Tommy with a $4 super sticker. Thank you so much, Tommy. You guys being patient out there. My internet's falling apart. I'm on my phone at this point. Thank you to Vinny and Tommy for carrying it through. Thank you to all the mods for throwing out links. Much appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tom. Appreciate it, man.
Amen, brother.
Mr. Tickledrick said there's a market for those who are at the top in Hollywood for anything you're into, no matter how dark your tastes. Why and how? Money. Enough to do anything you want. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say was when you have that much money, you've got FU money. You can pay people off. You can pay to create a narrative to protect yourself. But I mean, there is a sickness out there, Vinny. I mean, you talk about it all the time. The sickness going out in Hollywood, man.
It's disgusting. All those Ron Perlmans out there.
Dude, I laugh when I see Ron Perlman because you know why? Yeah, it's funny that he voiced Clayface in Batman the Animated Series because you ever look at Clayface's teeth, Ron Perlman's teeth look just like Clayface's in that show.
I think Clayface has prettier teeth. I always make the joke. I always make the joke at that guy's expense too. He's like, Ron Perlman. He's going to Disneyland and he's just riding on the It's a Small World. Hey, you little gashes, come in my boat. I got candy.
Oh my God. Thank you, Raquel SSG, for stopping through, guys. Please support Raquel. Throw a link out for her channel if you will. Thank you so much for being here. And please, guys, if you could throw out links for Tommy and the Game Pig Collective, we're trying to get this man to 1K. Can we get a campaign going? 1K for Tommy out there. Hashtag it 1K for Tommy and put links out for his channel and your social media. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you all so much. We rise together. That's right. What's up, Happy Dinosaur? I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, man. Happy day to you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please smash like and share out the link and support your indie creators out there. We're gonna go through this one kind of quick because I don't know when my internet's gonna fall out. But real quick, I mean, so somebody asked in the chat earlier, do you think it was the same woman? No, he picks new targets. Do you think that Ezra Miller gives thems a bad name?
I think he gets jealous of their outfits and stuff. He's like, I have the pretty dress, you bitch, and he threw a chair.
Somebody was sharing a picture on Twitter of Ezra with like around 3 other chicks who was like, he's picking out his next target. What kind of I mean, look, he's a thems things. He's one of them's. He's got a penis. He's a man. What kind of man attacks women on the regular like that? Do you think that that's a product of the environment that he's in, or the way that he views himself, that he feels he could put his hands on women like that?
Both, definitely both, because Ezra is in the position that Ezra is in, that he could just say, I identify as this and that, and has the alphabet community to back him, because somehow if you're in the alphabet community, much like how if you're in Amber Heard's position, somehow you can magically do no wrong. So you can virtually just do anything and get away with it. And this is the shit that pissed me off more about Warner Bros. Like, I get that they have a movie in the can, and I get it. However, once again, you put yourself in this position. You could have gotten rid of Amber Heard. You could have gotten rid of Ezra Miller. Choked a lady a few years ago. Now they bury that shit all over Google. You can't find this shit all. Yeah. I don't use Google, but you can tell how well they want you to forget that shit. And that's why I tell people, like, bookmark this shit, save screenshots, save receipts, because they don't want you to remember this shit. They expect you to forget. And that's one thing that's the beauty of the internet, is that the internet is forever. And they want you to forget that. And they also know that people have short-term memory. And I don't think that's something the elites didn't realize, is that because those who don't have short-term memory are going to utilize the technology to their advantage. Because, you know, people always talk about, oh man, the elites are doing this, they're doing that now. It's just like, just imagine what they were saying then when we didn't have the internet to save everything that they said from merely 2 weeks ago. Like, I'm sure they were doing this then. The difference is we didn't have shit back then to hold them to it. Nowadays, we do. So for all the complaints we have against the internet, we do have some silver linings, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. Yeah, because Ezra, he's just... I think what this is also just to get his name in the news again, if you ask me, because The Flash is having problems yet again. That movie is not coming out this year. They have to do reshoots, and the Discovery is pissed off about the entire situation of what happened with DC's universe. I covered this on my streams as well, and they're making sure they want more Henry Cavill in there. Then they said they want to focus more on Superman as well. So we don't know if they're going to eventually recast or if they're still going to stick with it. but they're going to change things in a very big way. There's so many things happening right now over there because they want to make money. They're an actual company that supported our previous president, which is hilarious. They're one of the top donors, and this is pissing off everyone. So yeah, it looks like the whole angle that they were going to do for the Flashpoint is turned to shit because you cannot. All right, you replace Batman with a 70-something-year-old fucking Batman, and they want to make that guy like the linchpin to everything now, and make a new Justice League that's younger and more gayer and all that stuff, right? So it's really stupid, and they're very pissed off because Gal Gadot is still a great Wonder Woman. They want her and more cameos in these movies. They want more Henry Cavill in those cameos. We know that Henry's got to still be in there because he's been with Rock's agency forever, and that's Rock's ex-wife. And the Rock's been saying, he's been saying it nonstop. He goes, we're gonna do that movie, and we're gonna have a fight with Shazam, Superman, and he wants more of the Justice League in there as well. But those two characters he wants in that fucking movie. So that guy's like a $1 billion franchise maker. So that's why they're going, yes, Rock, you're right, Rock, let's do it.
Brahma Bull says the chick in the bar probably showed up in the same dress Ezra had, and he saw red and the rest of the rainbow.
Dude, that's exactly it.
Guys, subscribe to Brahma Bull. He's a new up-and-coming creator. I think he just got over 100 subs. If you guys could share a link out for Brahma Bull, please support your indie creators out there. He was just on Eatsepukuian stream with the Clown World and just a normie earlier, so he's a friend to everybody. Please share out a link and give him a sub.
Great dude. Absolutely.
Yes.
Jump on that.
Brahma Bull's awesome. Mm-hmm. Great guy. Oh, man. Woo! I need more whiskey. This conversation's got me in the drinking mode. Yeah, get your drinks going. That's for sure.
We're kind of burning through topics tonight, guys. I apologize.
The thing, what's so sad and pathetic? And here's the thing. All right, so admittedly, and I say this without apologies, without shame, historically, I'm a Flash fan. I'm a Barry Allen fan. Mm-hmm. I am proud of those two things, even though I'm not proud of all the history behind those two characters and some of the names involved with that character.
Right.
And I see that this Flash movie that was constantly pushed back for years, which I'm like, God damn it, we don't need Ezra Miller involved in this trash. I knew he was trash from the beginning.
Yep.
And then I knew they were incompetent in this movie when they had to take the first ever Flash movie with, and I'm doing quotation marks, Flash movie ever, first Flash movie ever, and they had to make it about two other Batman and a Supergirl. Tells me that they have no confidence in Ezra Miller. Tells me that they have no confidence in the concept of the Flash because they don't want to commit to the idea of the fastest man alive and the Speed Force and Henry Allen and Eobard Thawne and all that. They don't want to commit to all that. They just want to take the shortcut and add in all these other ensemble characters and make it about the DC universe and get straight to Flashpoint, as if we haven't had that storyline already adapted enough in the last 10 years, because we had 2011 with the New 52, we had it in 2 years later with the animated show, then we had it another 2 years later with the Grant Gustin led show, and now we have it on this movie format. It's just like, how many more fucking times do we need to see Flashpoint? Do you guys you guys neglected that there are 60, 70 years of story before Flashpoint that was also notable, but you want to neglect everything else and just settle everything on Flashpoint?
Well, here's the big thing too on top of it, that they're doing their own version of it. How do you not have Reverse Flash or, one of the main reasons why it happened? So they're just throwing it all out the window, and they're stitching together some horrible fucking concept. Again, it sounds retarded. Like you said,
well, they got to move forward. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They got to move forward to what?
Into the woke era. They got to get past all that stuff, pick out what they think the best of it is, and then get into the new characters that nobody likes.
Yeah, it
doesn't make any sense.
And no one likes Ezra Miller Flash. Even Zack Snyder stans don't like freaking Ezra Miller. And that should tell you something. When even
he doesn't fit in.
Snyder stands
He doesn't fit in.
Defend it. Like, hey, you see him have you seen him move? Like when he quote unquote runs as a Flash, he's like superhuman retard straight.
Spaghetti arms. You see that running sequence? Oh my god!
Seriously, like I get drunk and I could run better than him drunk. Yeah. Like, man, I might as well get shithouse and butt head this wall against me, and I'll still run better than Ezra Miller. Oh.
Tommy, the guinea pig, $5. Thank you, Tommy. You don't need to do that, man. I really appreciate that. He says Discovery needs to flex on Warner and send all the wokies over to Marvel. LOL.
Yeah,
send them, ship them on over.
Marvel, that's another sinking ship. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a whole other crisis.
Doctor Strange, man. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. Do you think it's going to be a dumpster fire?
I think so. We're gonna have some scenes that look cool, some things are all right. And then it's just going to be like, what the fuck am I watching?
And I'm
worried that Scarlet Witch is going to take away from the movie, and that's come from someone who's looked, I guess you could say, moderately fondly on Elizabeth Olsen's career as a Scarlet Witch, but it's just I do too. However, it feels like they made this movie not to further Stephen Strange's story, but to further her story. And he'll be given the inch and she'll be given the mile. And I don't care if she has her progress. That's fine. But it's all about what she's going to get. And that's all that matters to him, because everything is women this and men are just irrelevant. And that's why we're so lucky No Way Home turned out the way it did, because everything about that, like you would think, wouldn't have happened. It's like the most out of place movie now in Phase 4. It really is. When you watch it, it's like,
to me, it's the last good Marvel movie ever. That's it. But again, and that's 75% Sony. They had saying what they were going to do and how they were going to play it out, which is funny because they showed that they really have no plan when it came to like that Morbius movie. So it's like, okay, you hit a home run out of the park, huh?
No, go ahead. Go on. Don't mind me. I'm just mumbling.
Yeah, they hit a home run out of the park with No Way Home. And then like Morbius is garbage. That whole thing of just to bring in Vulture made no fucking sense. I didn't even see it. I only saw the those end credit scenes on Twitter because I had no interest whatsoever in Morbius and Jared Leto. No, thank you. Yeah, it sounds like they just fucked up.
Soul says that Discovery is going to have Aquaman host Shark Week. Right.
The thing is, here's how the original schedule was. Luckily, I have a pretty good memory of how this stuff was supposed to work. And Morbius was originally supposed to come out in the fall of 2020, with No Way Home supposed to come out around 7 or 8 months later. So originally, Morbius was supposed to come out first. Was going to be first. And I'm not saying that to defend Sony, but that's just the facts of life. Yeah. Morbius was supposed to come out first. My guess is because No Way Home ended up coming out first ultimately, that they may have chopped up some scenes to adjust to that, and whatever they did, it obviously, the fact that No Way Home ended up coming out first really put Morbius in the corner. Not that I would think it would save the movie, because I don't think it would have been saved regardless. Right. I think as far as the plans for the Vulture, I think No Way Home releasing first is what fucked it up. That's just my guess. I can't prove it. That's just what my gut tells me.
Yeah.
Hey, another monster. Wes Moody's channel was nuked. He's fighting YouTube right now for it. There is an alternative channel. If anybody has that, could you throw that out in the link? Tommy, if you got that, would you put that out there so people can subscribe? Real quick, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. Mr. Grant Gregory stopping by. Dude, appreciate you. See him a lot on Sporka News Podcast, The Dump. Please go check out, if you didn't watch it earlier, check out The Dump over there, and on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Scotty's a good friend of the channel, one of my best buds. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please smash the like and share out the link. Really appreciate y'all. Apparently, retard strength had Mr. Tickle Trunk dying. Good job, Nick.
The pleasure is mine, especially for a guy like Mr. Tickle Trunk. Love that man.
Oh, there we are. Thank you, Lasso. That's Wes Moody's new channel, whatever cast. Guys, subscribe to him, support him, and hopefully he gets his channel back. But we've seen people lose their channels and nothing ever being able to be done. Not sure exactly what had happened. But I'm sure Wes will let you know. He's been around forever. He speaks about things that the people on YouTube don't like, that the extremists don't like. So I mean, he's always kind of bucking the system, but that's just who Wes is, and we need people like that who aren't afraid to speak out about issues that are deemed unworthy. Things like about laptops. That everybody should know and nobody does. We can't talk about here. You know what I mean, Vinny?
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. We kind of went into it a little bit here and there, and streams.
Oh, hail to you, Tommy. Thank you for being out there. Thank you guys so much for sharing the link. Smash the like. And next, we're gonna go into Vinny's favorite topic this evening. So, breaking Florida Senate.
That's Tommy's favorite topic. Is
it Tommy's? Where's that again? It's too bad Tommy isn't up here. Yeah, Tommy loves Disney. Tommy has a love-hate relationship with Disney.
Such a big fan of Disney. It's amazing.
Yeah. Florida Senate passes legislation ending Disney's tax privilege, self-governing power, and special exempt status. Florida Senate, with a 23-16 vote, has passed legislation ending Disney's tax privilege, self-governing. Oh, we already read that. Since 1967, Disney has operated in its own government around the Walt Disney World in Florida. Republican State Representative Randy Fine, who introduced the legislation, tweeted on Tuesday, "Disney is a guest in Florida. Today, we remind them." I don't think there's another special taxing district in the state that I'm aware of that has the ability to conduct their own, to instruct their own nuclear power plant. And I think that's something unique to Disney. Shit. Damn. They built their own nuclear power plant. I didn't even know that.
Holy shit.
Wow. Man, they're just radiating them kids too, I guess. So breaking Disney. Oh, let's see. No. I'm sorry. Under Florida law, Disney can control their own water, power, emergency services, and more. I was shocked to see some of the stuff in there, like they can do their own nuclear power plant. Is there any other private company in the state that can just build a nuclear power plant on their own? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said during a press conference on Tuesday they're able to do certain things that nobody else is able to do. So I think they're right to be looking at this and reevaluating and having an even playing field for everybody. I think this is much better than basically to allow one company to be the law unto itself. Disney has become increasingly political, recently making headlines for loud opposition to Florida's parental rights in education law. Branded the Don't Say Gay bill by opponents. The legislation does not actually mention the word gay, but rather prohibits the teaching of gender identity or sexual orientation to students in the 3rd grade or below. Vinny, what do you think about that?
It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Like I said, all these celebrities, all these douchebags who are pushing this narrative, they're groomers. They straight up are. Why would they be going against what is actually happening? It's because they're giving power back to parents, and they're trying to keep creeps away from kids. So anyone who's like, no, it's the anti-gay, you're making up stories. It's bullshit. You're not supposed to be teaching kids that stuff. Sorry.
No.
You're not. And anyone who's saying that, no, we have to, and all this other nonsense, they're fucking creeps.
You shouldn't even be teaching in public school, period.
Exactly.
Any of that nutty. Look, let kids, let teenagers discover that stuff on their own. Teenagers discover that on their own. You know what I mean? What are you doing in grade school telling people about gender identities? How does that help anything?
It doesn't. Well, look at the books and shit that they pushed. There's a whole thing, man. It's just creepy motherfuckers. When they have books in schools about what was the lawn boy was called, that this kid was looking for money to go buy a bicycle, so he was cutting lawn, and then he happens to end up doing sexual favors for adults, males specifically, so he would get money to buy his bicycle. Why is this mandatory reading for students? Then
right.
There's something that was even more fucking creepy with crude drawings for kids like in 2nd grade, I think it was, and they're showing fellatio. Why would they be doing something like that? Why are they pushing this kind of sick shit in schools? I'm happy Ron DeSantis fucking signed that bill. He should run for president. and then he should make it mandatory across the entire United States that you can't teach this kind of shit in schools.
No,
Sick motherfuckers.
you really shouldn't. There's no place for it. It's public education. Like I said, these are things that, you know, if a person wants to discover that in their teenage years, and then that's on that.
Mhm.
That's the, you know, I don't think it should be anywhere anywhere near the grade school. None of this. Really. You talk about it in middle school. All right. If people are going through puberty in 6th and 7th and 8th, that's when you can talk about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. Tommy, the guinea pig collector for $5 says, I want Disney to fall so hard. Walt wakes up, smacks his descendant so hard that she goes into a coma, then roast marshmallows in the company's corpse. Damn, Tom.
If only Walt Disney was actually alive. I truly, and once again, I can't prove it, just my gut, I truly believe he would not have been tolerant of any of this garbage.
No.
I truly believe that. And people will be, don't think he's dead. Once again, I could be wrong, but just that's what I believe. That just did not. All this shit reeks of the opposite of what he stood for.
Of course.
And it's really conflicting to see shit because I've had my times at big old Disney World when I was a wee lad. It was a good time, and I love a lot of the early Pixar movies and a lot of the old classics. I have luckily physicals of that old stuff. I don't need to worry about giving them money going forward. I'm good there. So it's just like wow, this is really sad to see this happen. But they reaped what they fucking sowed, and they need to pay the price, and that's the thing. It's going to have to take for them to pay the price in order for anyone to fall. Because
yes,
this is the Andre the Giant right here of all the industries. This is the Andre the Giant of the industries, and you need someone to freaking slam them the way Hogan or the Warrior could at WrestleMania to make them fall. Otherwise, we're never going to see anything absolutely change. And if Disney happens to fall and go under as an industry, well, so be it, because something could come back and start anew. And that's why I keep telling people, you gotta let these industries die. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep going. Well, hell, even if we stop watching, they're still gonna keep going. But we need them to die. Yep. The minute that they all die, the sooner this shit stops. Because public domain, bro. Just saying.
Yeah.
We have seen Disney flex their muscle on and get caught, on movie reviewers, on investigations into Disneyland. We have seen them flex their muscle in Georgia when they wanted to, impact the abortion laws in that part of the world. Meanwhile, they're over shooting Mulan, while Muslims are getting loaded on the trains a couple miles from where they're shooting on set. But they're woke and they're progressive and everybody's equal in their eyes, and especially if you have odd pronouns. They have been so involved in this culture war that never needed to really happen. I don't know why it happened. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting in it, but I don't know why exactly we need Z's and Zers and all that crazy shit. But they've been involved in this through their media, the weight in their media, through their television, movie branches, just trying to change and trying to condition society, trying to condition children, in my opinion, to be more accessible for perverts. But they need a hammer to fall on them. There needs to be, and I feel bad. I honestly feel bad for all the workers that are there, the people that work at these. They employ a lot of people. How is this impacting them? But
I don't feel sorry for all of them. There's a lot of them that were involved in very seedy, disgusting things.
Yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm. So for the good ones, my heart goes out to them. But for those other creeps, whew, yeah. It's like Nick said, they need to die.
These industries seriously need to die because, they're not. Here's the thing: people can keep saying they're gonna change at the money tank. I don't think they will. I really don't think they will change. Name one industry that has changed because of woke ideology. And granted, there's not been someone to take over. Maybe if management changes is one of these industries, maybe that could change. But so far, we have yet to see a management overhaul in any of these big major institutions. And because we're stuck with all these major institutions, they have all doubled down on their ideology, and it seems like they're willing to let these things die in order to, push their ideology. It doesn't help that they keep getting bailed out too by Hollywood. Like it's such an ultimate catch-22. And I understand there is obviously a valid argument for starting for entertainment, and I get that, and this is why I'm looking forward to when Terror on the Prairie comes out in June from Gina Carano, because we put a lot of energy into a lot of things from people who don't give a shit about us. Why aren't we getting at least I'm not saying we should all commit to 100%, because I understand we're all creatures of habit. Why not at least just channel half of our energy, just half, and give it to something else, just half of that energy? And if everyone just did half of that energy, that could make a huge difference. Half. Like when Terror on the Prairie comes in, I'm gonna right away crank out a review. Right away, I'm gonna get a roundtable review on my channel. Hell, I might as well make that the next Toxic Tuesday in June when that happens. I just want to do something to give this an alternative, and I'm glad. And Tickle Truck's right. See, I was listening to Daily Wire's group meeting with the guys earlier, and Ben Shapiro even said, he said it's a problem. He even said in the 90s it was an issue when the right wing were trying to push ultra right wing stuff, and even he acknowledges that, which is good. That is an issue. And then if he's willing to acknowledge that we need to make entertainment first is the issue that anyone can enjoy. Even I think it was on Timcast IRL, some girl went nuts on TikTok because she found out she enjoyed a horror thriller flick. I think it was called Shut In. That was released from the Daily Wire. And then she learned it was released from Ben Shapiro. But so it's like, damn it. But at the same time, it's like, aha, awesome. She genuinely liked the flick, and she was a leftist. So it lets you know there may be some merit to that flick. So, kind of makes you, rub your chin. Maybe it is decent. And that's good to know. Daily Wire is actually in the right direction. That's how they should be.
Right.
They can be openly conservative all they want. The same way AOC is super far left. But at the end of the day, when they do their non-political stuff, people are going to look at that stuff and what they do. And then that's the sad truth. AOC is a fucking moron. However, that doesn't matter, because a lot of people relate to her because they see she's this Twitch gamer. A lot of normies or even just regular gamers oh, hey, look, she's a gamer. I relate to her. I connect to her. I don't care about her politics. I don't think about politics. I'm not a political guy. I'm just going to vote for her because I like her. When people see movies released from Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, oh, hey, I don't know his politics, but I like what he does with movies. I like what this guy does with razors and shaving. I'm going to vote for this guy. And that is something that the culture war is very relevant for, that the right needs to catch up on by a lot. And luckily we got a company like Daily Wire that is now trying to compete. And I think give them another 10, 15 years, I think they're going to be in the same league. I truly believe that. Maybe I'm overly optimistic, but I truly feel like I think they're going to be. Right now, it feels like their heads are in the right space, and they have even called out the right for their flaws. And they say that right wing are very bad at keeping their eye on the ball. They said we need to be exempt to that, and that's true. They need to keep their entertainment, whether it's children's cartoons, thriller, horror movies. They need to keep it so it can genuinely be for everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Because companies that want to make money and do the right thing and just, it's about getting good ideas and shit out there, not pushing agendas. That whole thing with AOC as well, like you said, they were trying to find specific things. Oh, yeah, look, to make it relatable. She was put there on purpose. It's all by design.
It was.
Yeah. Because that's what they want. Then they create these monsters, and they don't realize how far these monsters are going as well. She was doing great damage. They loved it. But now she's doing damage amongst their own party. These people are they're absolutely retarded through and through. The whole political scene is pure garbage.
It is.
We should do what they did back in the day and storm the castles, murder them all.
Torches and pitchforks.
Sadly, here's the thing. Vinny, I agree with you. However, sadly, once again, I agree with you. However, in the normie perspective, They don't see any of that. They see what they connect to. And yes, AOC being put on Twitch was definitely by design. And that was because you got people like, once again, the right wing in the 90s calling out video games. And what happens when that happens? Well, you see how that has gone since.
Right.
And video game was one of the leading industries. The problem is the right wing constantly neglected all these cultures. It's like, yeah, it may sound good in a way of sounding what's good versus bad, but they need to realize that, like, conservatives, libertarians, centrists, they actually like things too. They don't just like politics. Like, in a perfect world, sure, it would be all about the politics, but people see who they connect with the most. And well, AOC has that pull. They see her and they connect with that, and that is a problem.
Well, see, this is the fucking hilarious thing about all of it, because it's not even right left anymore. This is literally a specific group at the top that is doing all the damage to us. Because there used to be people that were, you could say, liberal or right-leaning or whatever, and everyone was able to have conversations. And, all right, you have your views, we have ours, but there was never this shit where, like, we want to kill each other and all this crap. This was done on purpose. They wanted to create so much hate. Everybody is now some kind of domestic terrorist across the board. They have programs that they're putting out there. For any tweet that you put, anything in the past, even if you deleted it, they could find out what side that you lean towards, and then they could try to hurt you or cancel you. This is the new thing that's
deleting is
happening.
Useless.
Yeah, this is retarded on every level. They're doing these extremes because it's about total control. And it's to starve us, and it's to make us all fucking suffer under their thumb.
Yep. No, 100%, my dude. It is. They want, and that's what happens when the left gain that much power. And I blame the not aggressive right. And this is why it's great that we have a Ron DeSantis. Like, he's something that we needed 20 years ago, because the other guy's like, oh, this is bad. Oh, but we'll let you pass. We'll let you pass with this anyways. We needed a Ron DeSantis 20 years ago, like, no, fuck you, and fuck you. We're not doing this. Where was this? Like, all our lives. It's like I don't know what. Like, once again, silver linings. If there's one good thing that came out of the China virus, it's Ron DeSantis, because something about that lit a spark in him to say, okay, this is what I need to do. This, and that.
Wasn't he in charge of, like, operations for the Navy SEALs and shit?
He's got military history. But what I like is he doesn't just like I love that he plays offense. And this is the problem that conservatives, Republicans do. They're always on the defense from the left wing. They're always not just the particular regular left wing, the super, super duper hardcore left wing. They're always on the defense. They're always defending themselves. And Ron DeSantis is here saying, no. Fuck you and fuck you. We're doing this. And he's going in there saying, no, I rule the roost. And we need that. And he's got a lot of, like, Trump's better policies, like the America First type of stuff, but on a Florida level scale. Yeah. But he also does it with, I guess you could say, maybe without the chaotic wordings that Trump would say. So I guess you could say he's a more professional version of Donald Trump. He's definitely a more professional version.
See, that's the thing. Trump was abrasive as shit, and he always said really dumb things. But he brought work back to America. Like, he did way more good than he did bad. The whole thing is just painting with a broad stroke, because they were infuriated that he stopped their stupid plans. They wanted to pull this shit sooner, because it was supposed to be Hillary, but Hillary was hated even amongst her own people on every fucking level, and they didn't cheat big enough. So they said, for this time around, we'll make sure it's locked in and we get rid of the orange guy. So that's pretty much allegedly what transpired. Because Hillary, if she were in, it would have been the destruction of America overnight. Fucking night. Well, and look at all the damage that's happening now. This is a year in a couple of months.
Yeah, just a year and a couple of months. And here we are with Beijing Biden compromising as fuck to China. And we're seeing all this shit play out, and
Russia and Ukraine. Don't forget, he's bought and paid for through and through. That
he's
entire
the bottom
family,
bitch.
that entire administration. You have fucking Pelosi. pulling in like $500 million off of fucking stock tips, illegal shit that she's been doing. Dude, this whole thing is disgusting on every level.
No, here's the thing. Like Trump, I've heard some people like when they actually looked into Trump's actual policies, they actually like, oh hey, that actually isn't bad, but they were just so attached to how they didn't like how he spoke. And and I've had some people saying that, oh, well, maybe if he spoke better, he would have been, maybe more liked. And it's hard to say if he would have been, because I do think, once again, hindsight being always 2020, maybe because he was so like unhinged, maybe that's why people voted for him, because they wanted a change from a guy like Barack Obama who always talked nice, but when it came time to putting up action, he had nothing to show for it. It's just, oh, hey, look how nice I talk.
No,
but once you actually saw him play out his actions, he would always speak nice. But when you actually saw what he did,
speak nice. He was one of the worst presidents in history. We had
know,
the most wars with that motherfucker.
Yeah,
they started it with him.
Yeah,
that's why
they started with him.
Yeah, they wanted to finish it with fucking Hillary. And I'm with Last of Truth. Like, again, love the guy, or hate the guy. But he did amazing stuff. She happens to love him. That's awesome. Like, personally,
dude, prison reform, making animal cruelty a felony. I was all in on that shit.
Dude,
I was like, hell yeah.
He did so much good, and he's one of the only presidents that had the longest, or he had the biggest, what do you call it? Arrests were made on kitty diddlers and all those creeps.
That was another thing too.
The most in history. He stopped all these creeps. This is what they were furious about. And the whole shit with the fucking wall is basically, look what's happening right now. Our country is over fucking flowed. Millions and millions of people will not stop coming in. They said this year is going to be worse than last year. The amount of people that are going to come in. They did it on purpose. The amount of drugs and human trafficking that happened. It's on a fucking retarded level. Retarded. Crime is shot up everywhere across the board. This is, I'm telling you, once it hits like the normies, when it hits their homes and it hits their fucking areas, that's when they're all going to be scratching their head.
That's when they're going to care, because they only care. They only care when they're affected on an emotional level. This is once again why the extreme leftists, they never care about facts. They only care when it affects them personally, aka emotionally. It's factual, but it affects them, and then that's when they start to care. And once again, for the time Trump was on point on a speech, I swear he did a speech like it was like a WWF Attitude Era promo. Yeah. He's like, Joe Biden, you're a loser. Shut up.
I love
it.
Oh
my
God. My favorite when is when he said he would have arrested Hillary when they're sitting there during the debate. He goes, yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Those are the best debates, man.
Seriously,
oh yeah,
when they go WWF with him, I loved it.
Oh dude, every time they go, yeah, and he attacks women and everything. He called them fat pigs. No correction, only Rosie O'Donnell.
Only Rosie. I can already hear his voice. Only Rosie O'Donnell. She's fat and hideous. Why would you even look at her? She's nasty.
She's huge. She wants to go to Canada. Let her go to Canada.
Seriously, it was like an Attitude Era promo. Like, obviously, and I knew he wanted some of that stuff back in the day. I swear he must have looked at stuff like, these guys are really good speaking. I should use that for my promos.
Right.
Like,
his big mistake is that he didn't fucking know all the vipers that were around him.
No,
and that's why that whole situation,
he was too trustworthy.
Yeah,
he was way too trusting.
He was under attack the entire time. The FBI was coming after a sitting president.
Fauci.
Fauci. You know, how do you?
He didn't know, and he thought Operation Warp Speed was the fucking smart move. They played him, and to this day, he still thinks that they gave him these shots. They did not give him that. They gave him the stuff that they tried to ban everywhere because it actually worked. That's what they gave him a cocktail of. They gave him ivermectin. They gave him the hydroxychloroquine. They gave him all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's like, oh, yeah, they gave me the shot. No, that's not the shot they gave you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I see Tommy's hey, he was a fan. No, I remember. Trust me, I watched that pay-per-view. It's funny because he had Bobby Lashley. He was at his corner, Bobby Lashley, and everyone tried to get Bobby Lashley to talk shit about him. Bobby's like, "Nah, dude, he was my friend, man." He's like, "I'm not gonna talk shit about him." So, like they wanted Bobby Lashley to talk shit about him so bad, and he just would not do it. Like Bobby was like, I'm not doing that, man. He's like, I got along with the guy. We were cool. We were friends. He treated me great. He's like, he even tried to hook me up with the lady. Look at that. He looked out for a brother. He said,
Right?
You seem really cool. Let's get you a lady. I'll hook you up, dude.
Brahma Bull, thank you very much,
brother,
for being the channel. Brahma Bull, thank you so much for becoming a channel member, dude. Thank you for keeping the lights on. Much appreciate you. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat. Very much appreciate you. My internet is terrible, so I'm going to actually just end it here because I can't even talk, and these guys have been holding it down for me. I want to thank my fellow rogues, Vinny and Nick, for holding it down. Thank you guys in the chat for sticking around while I'm can't even talk. So while I have internet, I wanted to go through outros real quick. And Vinny, tell them where they can find you, my brother.
You can find me at Vinny Art over on YouTube. We do some great stuff. We have conversations like this as well over my channel. We do more like toy and movie shit as well. We cover a lot of things, but it's not just bitching and whining. We talk about things we enjoy as well. So that's the beauty of that. I'll have a new toy review up tomorrow as well. And you could also catch me over on the Probe on Red Gaze tomorrow. And right after that, Tommy and I, we have a collectible pass with 2 guinea pigs. We're going to talk more toys and awesome stuff over there. And please be sure to back my campaigns and projects. I have Through the Woods you can get immediately. It's a hardcover book, ghost story, 100 pages. You get the whole story there, beginning, middle, end. I have City of Venus and the 2 art books. So those 3 books are on the same campaign. And my newest one, I just finished it. I sent the files over to the printer, so I should be getting my samples next week. And from there, as long as they're great and everything's all right, we're going to be putting the big order in. So fulfillment on campaign number 6 is coming at you. Woo! So get ready, folks.
Awesome. The Fulfillment King. Thank you, brother. Thank you to Darius Munchausen, $4 super sticker. My brother, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much. Next up is the newest member at the table, 32 Flavors of Nick Wadger. Tell me they can find you, my man.
All right, so tomorrow night I'll be seeing The Northman. I'll have a review following that shortly on that movie. I can't wait for that flick. It's gonna be fucking huge. It'll be good. I can't wait. So I'll have a review tomorrow night. Friday night comic shop talk. Friday night we'll be talking random comic book mumbo jumbo, and I yell at park cars on Monday night with the Dix Division. That's gonna be cool. And on Toxic Tuesday, the rescheduled Toxic Tuesday, we will be talking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's a classic flick. Justice for Johnny Depp #. So that's gonna be great. Mr. Walton will be joining me as well as a bunch of other toxic men. Sorry, the whiskey is starting to really hit me in. To the chat, I see a lot of familiar faces. Cheers to all of you guys. And to the new faces, cheers to you as well. And I see Canadian Spider-Man. What's up, Canadian Spider-Man? You have a good night. Thank you guys for welcoming me in to the Rogues. I can't always promise to be here, but when I am here, I promise we will have fun. Thank you guys. Thank you, Steven. And thank you, Vinny. And Tommy, thank you for plugging the link. Also, I'm going to plug in my Gilded as well for people to come. Hang on. Gilded is like a Discord alternative, but like way better. I'm not joking. It's fucking better. So come hang out with us in Gilded. We have great chats. We know have a Yelling at Park Cars pregame show. It's going to be great. It's going to be huge. Huge. It's going to be huge. I'm going to press on the huge bacon to you. Go home.
Thank you. I got to actually do the outro without the camera on. I apologize. Guys, please do me a favor and support your favorite 2 or 3 out there. High or low, the grind is real. We all know it. We also got a lot of good people in the chat, like Darius Munchausen, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Gap Stargate, Hail, the Catmon Mods, Brahma Bull. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Guys, please subscribe to Brahma Bull. Subscribe to all these wonderful people. Please Give a to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser and Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective. We want to get him to 1,000 subs. 1K for Tommy. Canadian Spider-Man, good to see you, dude. Hail, brother. Thank you for coming by. Thank you to Comics Chat. I saw a lot of different people coming through. I haven't seen in a while. Sauce and hail to you, Lasso of Truth. Our love to you, sweetheart. Hope everything worked. My love to you. My love to you. There's not really much you can say, man. But we all thinking about you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all my peoples there. Please, there was links going out there for Drew's Mars Memorial Fund. Please give if you can, share if you will. And remember, support your independent creators out there, whether they're on YouTube, whether they're Twitter, whether they're selling novels or comic books, doesn't matter. We are the future. F the industry. They want to tell you what you can and can't say. They want to tell you how to look, how to dress. They want what your kids can be taught, regardless of how you feel about it, no matter what nonsense it is. F the industry. Support independent creators. We do not have an industry to support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. Thank you guys so much. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters, fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, yet suffer no fools.
You had told us at a town hall, I think it was in July, that